talk. So I'm going to talk about secret number codes. They're more specifically for Chinese. And a lot of it so a lot of these things are not really so much secret as really superstitious stuff, which is why I was playing superstition. And so we have a lot of numbers, so we have our own pronunciation of numbers, obviously, and a lot of it sounds a lot like other words because we have only a small set of tones in each of our Chinese dialects, and so there are a lot of overlaps, a lot of homophones in our language, and so we're always really punny because we have so many homophones. And so you may have noticed that a lot of Chinese people are very into numbers like 8. People will try to get license plate numbers with as many 8s as possible, or 6s. And I'll talk about why those numbers specifically in a second. And these are elevator buttons, and you notice that there's no 4 there. And I'll also explain why there's no 4 there. It's pretty much kind of similar to how a lot of people in the Western culture are very into the numbers 7 and 13. Well, they really want the number 7, but they don't like the number 13 because it's Friday 13th and unlucky and stuff like that. Some basics is 1 usually sounds like you or want. 2 sounds like the word easy. 4 means die, which is why you don't see that on elevators. 5 sounds like I. 6 is usually fortune. 7 means together, or qi, which is like the life essence, which might be something you guys hear a lot in Asian culture. And also 8 means to get rich or prosperous. And so people who have these license plates, like, they really want to get rich. They really want to have a lot of money and have a lot of fortune and all that stuff. And they really don't want to die. Yeah. And then, so with these basic numbers that mean specific words, there are a lot of number combinations that actually mean phrases. So 520, which is pronounced as 520, sounds a lot like 我爱你, and so that actually means I love you. And then 1, 3, and 4 is 13, 14, and that sounds like forever. And 28 is like is 2, 2, and 2 is like easy, and 8 is fortune or prosperous, something like that. So if you say 28, it's like you can get rich really easily. And then 07, 18, sounds a lot like you should go die. And so you would say that to someone as a very mean thing. Yes. Very interesting thing is numbers and domains. A lot of Chinese companies like to use numbers in their domains as opposed to Latin characters. Mostly because it's Latin characters are very foreign to them. It'd be like if any of us saw Chinese characters in a domain, so it just looks like a bunch of sticks and figures and stuff like that. And they also want their service to be easy to remember. So for example, these first two, 10086 and 10010, are customer service numbers for the mobile providers in China, and so they'll just so those go to their websites. Alibaba, which is kind of like a Chinese Yahoo-ish. This is 1688, and that sounds a lot like Alibaba. Leo.cn is actually a video streaming website, and Leo sounds a lot like the word for stream or to record. 我要job.com is I want job, and so that is kind of like a, I don't know, like a monster.com sort of thing, like where you find jobs. This is for McDonald's. I don't think the 4008 has any significance for them, but this has 我要吃, 我要吃, and 我要吃 sounds a lot like I want to eat. So you're saying I want to eat for McDonald's when you're online ordering from them. So there's a couple of links where I found a lot of information about these numbers. I didn't know it was such a big thing. I just kind of like grew up thinking that my parents were being crazy and telling me all these weird superstitious stuff about numbers. One of my favorite things that I found from the Numbers in Chinese Culture article was the 286 and 386. And apparently around 2002-2004, they use these numbers to indicate how dumb someone is because of the slow processors back then. Which explains why whenever I hear 38 in Chinese, it's actually just an abbreviation for slow processors. So that was a fun bit. And that's it. That's just a little bit about numbers in Chinese culture. Not so much secret, so I didn't get your hopes up. But they're kind of fun and cool to think about. And I don't know, I like puns, so it suits me well. That's it.